Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. This video I'm going to talk about Ozawa Eraserhead. Now Eraserhead is probably my favorite teacher in the entire show. And he takes a lot of damage in this series. He takes a lot of blows for his students. Like, his quirk is to erase people's quirks if he's looking at them. And when they first get attacked by villains, he's fighting like a bunch of like goons and shit by himself. Like, and then later when they're fighting, he's always fighting stuff for his like squad. He fights Dobby for a while, but then the Dobby ends up turning out to be a fake. He fights, who does he fight when they do the Liberation War? Somebody, and he helps fight against Shigaraki, but then he gets shot with the bullet and loses his quirk. But right before he's about to lose his quirk, he cuts his leg off. And then he loses an eye, I guess. I don't know, he had an eye patch. But he gets the shit kicked out of him constantly. Not to say that's like a bad thing. His quirk is overpowered, but also like he isn't that strong, if that makes sense. He's amazing. He's a tired man, but he's like a good teacher. He also doesn't really seem to stick to his words, but he also is a teacher because of his tragic past where his friend died, who he's best friends with, and he doesn't want that to happen, but also like I don't know why. Okay, I'm gonna talk about something that happens in the manga, so if you are not all the way caught up, this is like it's in the 300s. I don't know exactly what chapter it is, but when they figure out who the traitor is, when they figure that out, and Ozawa's talking about it, he's like, "Oh, I would not expel him. I mean, he's not gonna come back because he is a criminal, but like, I wouldn't expel him. He's a part of our class." It's like, what? Why wouldn't you, bro? Why wouldn't you expel him? He's the reason you're so beat up all the time. He's a traitor. Like, that was like the first time I'm like, man, Ozawa, you did not make the right call there. Like, let's be real, that was not the right call. But also, like, he took under God, I don't remember his name, the dude who could brainwash people. Sorry if I'm just really bad with names. And he's teaching him how to be a hero. That makes sense because Ozawa's like, he doesn't have like the best quirk. He's got to be kind of a ninja. He's got to be able to do shit on his own, and he's a very capable hero. He's a lot more capable than he probably gets credit for. But he also is best friends with President Mike, which they're very, very opposite. Very, 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 very opposite. And like, he's the first time you see him, you're like, he's gonna he's gonna expel Deku, and then you're like, no, that can't happen because he's the main character. And also, that didn't make any sense in my opinion, because Deku was never really at the bottom, if you think about it. Just think about it. He uses like one of those smash things against the guy with the tail. Done. The Mineta, done. The acid girl, done. I mean, if he could hit her. The tentacle guy. I think he would beat him. I see there's probably some more, but like, he was not at the bottom of the class, but they wanted to present him as the underdog, as the guy at the very bottom, and then you have to grow to the top, which I do think, as of right now, he's at the top, which makes perfect sense to me, because, he has like 16 quirks. No, I'm just kidding. He has like 9 quirks, 8. And Ozawa can erase quirks, but like, his quirk has been weakened because he lost one of his eyes, and that was like, whoa. So they had to get that guy from the other class that can copy quirks to do it, which is smart. Like, they're using him a lot more smart because his quirk is really good too. And Aizawa is just like the perfect like sensei for these people to train them and to mentor them to become the best, because say that they're gonna go crazy and shit. And also he was very like when they rated when the overall arc was happening and they were talking and everyone was crying because Night Eye died. Zawa was like, yo, look, this shit happens. I know it's a bummer. And like he gave them like a pep talk and stuff. He's like, you guys did a good thing, but in this line of duty, people die. Something like that. It's like, that makes sense for a guy as, messed up as Zawa, because Zawa, I wish they would have put this in the actual story and not the spin-off, but like his friend died. His friend got smashed by a rock. And now it was turned into a Nomu. Like, that shit's fucked up. That shit's fucked up. Like, if you really think about it, that shit is ungodly fucked up. And that would make anyone kind of go a little crazy, dude. And like, he sleeps in a freaking sleeping bag in the middle of their class. Like, he is, he's not unapologetically him. And he was like, oh, I don't care who becomes the principal. Like, he honestly cares a lot about this class, because if he didn't, he would have expelled all of them, like he said he would. And you can sit here and nitpick him and like, he has made some questionable decisions, but like, he always has the best interest of his class at the forefront of his mind. He has to protect them. He has to raise these students, these fleshling students, to be better than his generation, to be better than what Hero Society needs them to be, I guess, is the correct terminology. He's a good mentor. He's no All Might. He hasn't been everywhere, but like, some people are better at teaching than they are at actually doing the thing. And some people, I do appreciate this about All Might, some people are better at the opposite, better at doing than teaching. And Aizawa, he has a heart, even though he doesn't. He has this crusty exterior, but he's also just tired all the time. He's just tired, man. I like how simple his hero costume is. It's not too out there, but like, that fits his personality. He's never gonna be the star of the show. He doesn't like press. He doesn't like these people, but he knows that it's important that they get these training on how to do press. They get the training on how to do this. They get their training on how to do that. Like, he knows this is important, and he tells. I do not appreciate how he says every single thing is super important. Anyways, that's gonna end it for this video. I'll see you guys